Okay. So actually, we were discussing about the short channel effects. Hello. Audible, alle? Okay, fine. So actually, we were discussing about the short channel effects, and out of that, we have seen some of the short channel effects like channel length modulation (CLM), then DIBL, which was drain-induced barrier lowering. Then we have seen threshold voltage variations, threshold voltage variations, and two more left. They are fourth one is velocity saturation, and the last one being hot electron effect. So these are the main short channel effects that you need to study, and these three we have seen in the last few classes, and now we are going to discuss about velocity saturation. So in the case of velocity saturation, actually, this usually happens in the case of, in general, velocity saturation usually happens in the case of high field effects, high electric field, rather. High electric field, we have already seen that velocity, drift velocity, that is the movement of electrons or its velocity rate is actually proportional to electric field. That is an expression, there is an expression for that also. Vd is equal to mu into epsilon, where epsilon is the electric field. We have seen this. And also, we also know about electric field. What is electric field actually? Electric field is Ashna, electric field electric field. What is the unit of electric field? Anusri, anyone? What is the unit of electric field?
Volt per centimeter.
Volt per centimeter എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ electric field നമ്മൾ കണ്ടുപിടിക്കുന്നത് എങ്ങനെയായിരിക്കും? Voltage applied divided by the distance. This will be electric field. Remember this also. So velocity being proportional to epsilon, and velocity is equal to mu into epsilon, where mu is the mobility of the particle. Whatever be the charged particle, its mobility is represented by mu. This was an expression that we studied in the first module. So velocity is proportional to electric field. In that sense, we can draw the graph of this velocity in terms of electric field. If we are representing velocity and electric field graph, what happens is velocity usually increases. That is proportional means they will increase in a linear manner. And after a particular stage, that is when the electric field is very high, what happens is, they are in the general case, and I am not considering the short channel effect right now. I am telling in general what happens when the electric field is very high. Drift velocity എന്താണ് സംഭവിക്കുക? Electric field വളരെ വലിയൊരു വാല്യൂ ആകുമ്പോൾ drift velocity എന്താണ് സംഭവിക്കുക എന്നുള്ളതാണ് ഞാൻ ജനറൽ ആയിട്ട് പറയുന്നത്. And this is actually called high field effects. High fieldൽ എന്താണ് velocity നടക്കുന്നത് എന്നുള്ളതാണ് നമ്മളോട് പറയാൻ പോകുന്നത്. Velocity saturation ആയിട്ട് relation ഇല്ല. I am telling in general. So when electric field is increased, velocity will also increase. As we have said that velocity is proportional to electric field. That is clear from this. So velocity starts to increase, and when the electric field crosses a particular high value, velocity starts to saturate. Velocity starts to saturate. See, I am taking this material. Suppose this is a material, and you are applying electric field across this, or you are applying a voltage across this. Then the electric field can be calculated as the voltage applied and the distance between, and the length. Okay, if I am taking this material, the electric field can be calculated by voltage divided by distance. That is, the voltage applied and the distance divided by distance will give you the electric field. And if this value, if this electric field is very high, when it starts to increase, what happens? The charged particles inside this material will have high velocity. അതാണ് നമ്മൾ electric field കൂട്ടുമ്പോൾ velocity കൂടുന്നു പറയുന്നത്. അങ്ങനെ കൂടി ഇരിക്കുകയാണ്. Finally, they will reach a saturation point, after which the velocity will not increase further. ഒരു particular point കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ പിന്നെ velocity increase ചെയ്യില്ല. But then also the energy has to be released. At that time, velocity ആയിട്ട് മാറില്ല. ഇലക്ട്രിക് ഫീൽഡ് കൂട്ടുന്നത് വെലോസിറ്റിയിലേക്ക് പോകില്ല, മറിച്ച് ഏതിലേക്ക് പോകും? ഈ ക്രിസ്റ്റലിന്റെ ലാറ്റിസിലേക്ക് പോകും. Okay, when velocity is increased, when electric field is increased, velocity increases initially, but when it reaches a particular high value, velocity reaches a saturation point, after which velocity will not change, but the amount of electric field extra applied will be distributed to the lattice, crystal lattice. ആ ലാറ്റിസിലേക്ക് ആ എക്സ്ട്രാ എമൗണ്ട് ഓഫ് ഇലക്ട്രിക് ഫീൽഡ് ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂട്ട് ആവും. കാരണം വെലോസിറ്റിക്ക് അവിടെ ചേഞ്ച് സംഭവിക്കുന്നില്ല. വെലോസിറ്റിക്ക് ചേഞ്ച് സംഭവിക്കുന്നില്ലെങ്കിലും ഇലക്ട്രിക് ഫീൽഡ് ഹാസ് ടു ബി ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂട്ടഡ്, റൈറ്റ്? So in that case, electric field, the high electric field or the amount of electric field above which the velocity saturates will be distributed to the lattice. So I just wanted to tell this. When we increase the electric field, velocity or the drift velocity will also increase. But after a particular value of electric field, the drift velocity saturates. That is a high value of electric field. You just need to remember this point. At high electric fields, the velocity saturates. That's the only point that you need to get from this. That is our whole point. Now coming to our case, we are discussing about short channel. Short channel in the sense you will be having a MOSFET of this manner. You'll be having source, gate and drain. This is our usual structure, right? P, N plus, N plus. So this is our channel, which is having a length of L. I'm taking it as L. And I'm applying voltage VDS. So now electric field, if I am considering, I'm actually applying two voltages, right? VDS and voltage applying, at the same time I'm applying VG also, right? If I am taking the case of VDS, electric field can be calculated as VDS divided by the channel length, right? VDS divided by channel length. When this length becomes small, what happens to the electric field? Electric field increases. That's correct, right? നമ്മൾ ഈ ജനറൽ കേസ് പറഞ്ഞത് ഹൈ ഇലക്ട്രിക് ഫീൽഡിൽ എന്ത് സംഭവിക്കുന്ന വെലോസിറ്റി സാച്ചുറേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നതാണ്. The same case will happen here also. Why? Because we are considering short channel devices. When the length, if from this general expression, what? Voltage by distance is electric field. So electric field can be written as VDS divided by L. What is this L? L is the channel length. What we are talking about is all about short channel devices where the length of the channel is very small. When the length of the channel decreases, what happens to the electric field? Electric field will increase. Length decrease, that is short channel devices. What happens to the electric field? Electric field increases. Electric field as per the general condition, when the electric field increases, velocity starts to saturate. That is the whole point. We have the case that in general, electric field, when the value of electric field is raised above a particular value, the velocity or the drift velocity starts to saturate. Okay, very particular electric field drift velocity drift velocity saturated out. Pinniyudulla energy crystalinte latticeilekku distributed out. Crystalinte a structure untalo adilekku distributed out rather than going into the speed of electron. Speed of electron കൂടുന്നതിന് പകരം crystal latticeilekku energy distributed out. അപ്പോൾ high electric field. നമ്മുടെ ഈ കേസിൽ ഹൈ ഇലക്ട്രിക് ഫീൽഡ് ആയിരിക്കും. കാരണം എന്താ? നമ്മുടെ ചാനൽ ലെങ്ത് പറയുന്നത് ഇറ്റ്സ് വെരി സ്മോൾ. വെൻ ദ ലെങ്ത് ഈസ് സ്മോൾ, ഇലക്ട്രിക് ഫീൽഡ് ഇൻക്രീസസ് ആൻഡ് ആസ് എ റിസൾട്ട് ഓഫ് ദാറ്റ് വിൽ ബി ഹാവിംഗ് എ വെലോസിറ്റി സാച്ചുറേഷൻ. ക്ലിയർ? ഇൻ ദ കേസ് ഓഫ് ഷോർട്ട് ചാനൽ ഡിവൈസസ്. ദിസ് ഹാപ്പൻസ് ഇൻ ദ കേസ് ഓഫ് ലോങ് ചാനൽ ഡിവൈസസ് ഓൾസോ. ഈ സെയിം കാര്യം ലോങ് ചാനൽ ഡിവൈസസിൽ നടക്കും. ബട്ട് that will take much more time. Or in case of short channel devices, we can say that the saturation happens at a lower value of VDS. Length ചെറുതായതുകൊണ്ട് ഒരു lower value of VDS തന്നെ we will get the velocity saturation. Okay, so I will just draw the graph relating that also. The only difference is that the saturation or velocity saturation happens at a much smaller voltage level. ഇവിടെ 4.5 എന്ന് പറയുന്നതിലാണ് സാച്ചുറേഷൻ നടന്നത് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ we had saturation happening at this point, but here saturation happens at a much lower value. That is the point. Without velocity saturation, with velocity saturation. These values are VGS values, okay, at constant VGS values. This is actually the drain characteristics, which is the graph between ID and VDS at constant VGS. E 1.5, 2.5 in the values, okay, VGS values are. The inference from these two graphs is that when velocity saturation happens, the saturation or ID saturation occurs at or the value of saturation current is much less when compared to that without saturation, without velocity saturation. You can note the inference also. ID saturation for a given VGS, ID saturation, that is this value. ID saturation for a given VGS reduces significantly. അല്ലേ ഇപ്പൊ 4.5 എന്ന് പറയുന്ന VGS my ID value is somewhere around here, say it as 5 or 6, whatever it be. At 4.5 voltage of VGS, I am having an ID value of 5, say 5. But at the same time, for a VGS of 4.5, I am having an ID value which is much less than that of 5, say it is 3 or something like that. അത്രേ ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നുള്ളൂ. That is, the saturation happens at a saturation current value has gone down when we are dealing with velocity saturation condition. Completed. Okay. എല്ലാവരും കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ചെയ്തോ? പ്ലീസ് റെസ്പോണ്ട്. Boys. Okay, Ashwin completed. Fine. So remember this point. Channel length short ആകുമ്പോൾ what happens to the electric field? Since electric field is given as voltage divided by length, as channel length becomes less, that is in case of short channels, the value of electric field would be very high. This is the point that we need in the next case also. Electric field value വളരെ കൂടുതലായിരിക്കും when the channel length is short. Okay. Length being L. You know that the channel length is short since we are dealing with short channel devices. So epsilon, that is electric field, will be V by L. It is voltage applied, VDS, divided by L. So we are having another electric field when we apply this also. VGS voltage applied, again we are having VGS. S is also connected to bulk. Arialo connection. VGS volt. Number voltage are usually deal in VGS and VDS. One voltage is across drain and source. And then if it positive electrons attracted. That was one thing. VDS we have given a positive voltage here on D. A positive voltage. A positive voltage source electrons attract through the channel. A channel create we are giving a positive voltage at the G point also. And we know that in the internal connection is this body is actually connected to short. These two terminals are shorted. Our connections are S body terminal shorted or bulk, they are shorted. So when we apply a VGS, what happens? There is again an electric field. Electric field when we apply a voltage or when we apply a potential. So here in case of VDS we apply a potential and the difference or length between them is L. Similarly, if you are applying VGS in the sense VGS it is shorted to this point also. So we will apply the distance between the bulk and the metal is this oxide thickness. But VDS consider the length was L. In a similar manner, if you are considering VGS, S shorted to B and bulk. So the difference or distance between that it can be taken as VGS divided by this oxide layer. Voltage apply, we have taken L. If you are applying voltage in this manner, what is that? Then the difference will be this oxide layer, TOX. Fine. In the case of short channel devices, this thickness also will be less. Short channel devices case, this length and thickness also will be less. Again, in that case also, we'll be having an electric field there also. Electric field, electric field, since the thickness value is very small, that electric field will also be very high. Conditional electric field value is very high since we are reducing all the dimensions. Channel length, we are reducing the thickness. Short channel cases, short channel devices in the case, we are reducing the length of the channel, we are reducing the thickness of the oxide layer. Okay. In all such cases, what happens to the electric field is that when the distance value is reduced, that is our case, that is our concept, right? In short channel devices, all the distance values are reduced. So in such case, the electric field value will be very high. Electric field high, there will be a tendency for the electrons to move into the positive side. We will apply the positive potential. Generally, the electrons passing through this channel from source to drain, electrons, they are moving like this, right? Electrons will be moving from source to drain in this manner. But because of this high electric field, what happens is that these electrons will have a tendency to move towards positive while they are passing through this channel from source to drain. Due to the high electric field, thickness of the oxide is very small. High electric field, the electrons will have a tendency to move into the oxide layer, or rather we can say that the electrons, while they transition from source to drain, will penetrate into the oxide layer due to the high electric field. Okay. This high electric field electrons are hot electrons. So I am discussing about hot electron effect. That was the last point. Hot electron effect. That is, we are considering the case of short channel devices where the electric field value will be very high. In high electric field, we will call the electrons or the charge carriers present there as hot electrons. So these hot electrons, while they are transiting from the source to drain through the channel, they will have a tendency to penetrate into the oxide layer. എന്തുകൊണ്ടാ penetrate ആയിട്ടുള്ള reason എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്, since there is a very high electric field and the thickness is also very less. As a result of that, they will have a tendency to penetrate. So what happens? നമുക്ക് അവിടെ electrons നഷ്ടപ്പെടുക ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അല്ലേ? Hot electron effect, what was happening? We lost some electrons over here. ഇവിടുത്തെ electrons നഷ്ടപ്പെടുന്നു വെച്ചാൽ we are losing the channel, right? നമുക്ക് അവിടെ electrons ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ മാത്രമേ we be having channel from source to drain. ആ electrons oxide layer penetrate ചെയ്യാണ്. Penetrate ചെയ്യാന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ it won't move to the metal plate. It will penetrate and it will stay after some time. It won't get passed through this layer, but it will have a tendency to penetrate into the oxide layer. Penetrate ചെയ്തിട്ട് it will be lost. So what happens here? ആ ഇലക്ട്രോൺ നഷ്ടമായാൽ നമുക്ക് എന്താ ചാനലാണ് നഷ്ടപ്പെടുന്നത്. ചാനൽ നഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടാൽ നമ്മൾ ചാനൽ കൊണ്ടുവരാൻ വേണ്ടി അപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യുന്ന വോൾട്ടേജ് ആണ് VGS, അല്ലേ? നമുക്കപ്പോൾ ഇവിടുന്ന് ചാനൽ നഷ്ടപ്പെടുകയാണെങ്കിൽ വാട്ട് ഹാപ്പൻസ് ഇൻ ടേൺ, നമ്മുടെ ത്രെഷോൾഡ് വോൾട്ടേജ് റേസ് ആവും. നമുക്കൊരു 5 വോൾട്ടിൽ ഇവിടെ ചാനൽ ക്രിയേറ്റഡ് ആയിട്ടുണ്ടെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുക. ഒരു 5 വോൾട്ടേജ് അപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് ചാനൽ ക്രിയേറ്റഡ് ആയി, ജനറലി ആവുന്നതാണ്. ബട്ട് ബിക്കോസ് ഓഫ് ദിസ് ഹൈ ഫീൽഡ് വാട്ട് ഹാപ്പൻസ് ഈസ് സം ഓഫ് ദി ഇലക്ട്രോൺസ് ആർ ലോസ്റ്റ് ഇൻ ടു ദ oxide layer. Again I am saying, suppose that our threshold voltage is 5 volt. That is, at 5 volt, when VGS is equal to 5 volt, we are having strong inversion and we are having channel. Adanallo threshold voltage. Threshold voltage is the voltage required for strong inversion to take place, or rather we can say threshold voltage is required for the channel to be created over here. So if you are considering short channels, there will be high electric field. As a result of that, the electrons will have a tendency to move into the oxide layer, due to which we will lose some part of the channel or some part of electrons in the channel. So as a result of that, നമുക്ക് ചാനൽ കൊണ്ടുവരണമെങ്കിൽ, ഫുൾ ചാനൽ കൊണ്ടുവരണമെങ്കിൽ we need to increase the threshold voltage. അല്ലേ? 5 വോൾട്ടിൽ നമുക്ക് കിട്ടിയ സ്ട്രോങ് ഇൻവേർഷൻ it won't happen in case of short channel devices. കാരണം electrons penetrate ചെയ്തു, അവിടെ ഉണ്ടാകുന്ന electrons are penetrating into the oxide layer. So we need to raise threshold voltage. Clear? So I am just telling this point once again. The whole point is we are considering short channel devices where the length of the channel is very small. Since the length of the channel is very small, we have a very high electric field. Length of the channel is small and the thickness of the layer is also small. So in such case, we will be having very high electric field values. Because of this high electric field, during the natural transition of electrons from source to drain, they will have a tendency to move or penetrate into the oxide layer here. Generally, the move ചെയ്യുന്നതല്ല. Oxide layer is actually, it's not a conducting layer. ഇത് conduct ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു layer അല്ല. It is actually dielectric layer. Okay, but due to this high electric field, they will have a tendency to penetrate into the oxide layer, due to which the threshold voltage has to be raised. അല്ലേ? ചാനൽ നഷ്ടപ്പെടുമ്പോൾ ആ ചാനൽ കൊണ്ടുവരാൻ നമുക്ക് കൂടുതൽ വോൾട്ടേജ് അപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യേണ്ടി വരും. So the effect of this hot electron effect is threshold voltage raising. Threshold voltage ന്റെ increase ആണ് ഈ എഫക്റ്റിന്റെ ഒരു കോൺസിക്വൻസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. Clear? Is that clear? Please respond. നമ്മുടെ ലാസ്റ്റ് എഫക്റ്റ് ആണ് ഇത്. അത് ക്ലിയർ ആയോ എല്ലാവർക്കും? Okay, fine. So its sentence goes like this: the hot electrons, I will just read that sentence. The hot electrons moving from source to drain of the channel penetrate into the gate oxide, leading to an increase in threshold voltage. That is the whole point. The hot electrons moving from source to drain of the channel penetrate into the gate oxide, leading to an increase in threshold voltage. Please complete this figure and all. ആ ക്യാമറയ്ക്ക് എന്തോ ഇഷ്യൂ ഒന്ന് നോക്കിയോ. ആ കംപ്ലീറ്റഡ് അല്ലേ? ഓക്കെ. സോ ഇന്നലത്തെ ആ വീഡിയോ ഞാൻ അയച്ചിരുന്നത് എല്ലാവരും കണ്ടിരുന്നോ? അതെനിക്കൊന്നൊരു അറ്റ്ലീസ്റ്റ് ഒരു 5 minutes വീഡിയോ ഉള്ളൂ എന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു. ഹാവ് യു സീൻ ദാറ്റ്? അനുശ്രീ ഇത് കണ്ടിരുന്നോ? ഇല്ല. അതൊന്ന് നോക്കണം കേട്ടോ എല്ലാവരും. അത് അധികം സമയം എടുക്കില്ല, 5 minutes ചെറിയ വീഡിയോ ആണ്. ദാറ്റ് യു ക്യാൻ സീ ആൻ ആനിമേഷൻ ഓഫ് മോസ്ഫെറ്റ് വർക്കിംഗ്. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കുറച്ചുകൂടി ഒരു ക്ലിയർ ഐഡിയ കിട്ടും. ഞാനിത് എടുത്തെടുത്ത് പറയാൻ കാരണം യുവർ ലാസ്റ്റ് 2 modules ആർ കംപ്ലീറ്റ്ലി ബേസ്ഡ് ഓൺ മോസ്ഫെറ്റ് അല്ലേ? നമ്മൾ ആ മോസ് കപ്പാസിറ്റർ തുടങ്ങി until this MOSFET scaling. MOSFET scaling means we are reducing the size of MOSFET. Until this point, we are dealing only about MOSFET. So this MOSFET concept is very important, and in that animation you can clearly see that. ആ വീഡിയോ എല്ലാവരും മസ്റ്റ് ഉണ്ട്. ആരെങ്കിലും കണ്ടോ ഇതിനകത്ത്? ആ വീഡിയോ കണ്ട ആരെങ്കിലും ഉണ്ടോ വോയിസിൽ? എനിവൺ? ആദിൽ കണ്ടിരുന്നോ? ഡൊമിനിക്? ഇല്ല. ഓക്കെ ഫൈൻ. അത് കാണണം എന്തായാലും മസ്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട് കേട്ടോ എല്ലാവരും. എനിവേസ്, next is yet another important topic in the last module, which is MOSFET scaling. MOSFET scaling. ഇതാണ് നമ്മൾ അടുത്ത് നോക്കാൻ പോകുന്ന ഒരു ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻറ്റ് ടോപ്പിക്, MOSFET scaling. Scaling is nothing but we are scaling down the size of the MOSFET. There is actually a law which was actually formulated by Moore. He's actually a scientist. He once told that in every 2 years, or the theory found by Moore states that in every 2 years, this was a theory that he put forward, which states that in every 2 years, the number of transistors in a chip gets doubled. That is, if you are considering a particular chip size, the number of transistors present in that chip gets doubled in every 2 years. This law is actually called Moore's law. എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ നമ്മളൊരു ചിപ്പ് സൈസ് എടുക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ, if you are taking a particular chip, the number of, say it is having 15 million transistors in that. After 2 years, what happens is that in that same chip size, you'll be having twice, that is 30 million transistors. This happens in every 2 years. That was actually the theory formulated by, or theory told by Moore. So in that sense, how this can be made possible? എങ്ങനെയാണ് ഈ ട്രാൻസിസ്റ്ററിനെ ഇപ്പം ഒരു പർട്ടിക്കുലർ ചിപ്പ് സൈസിൽ if you are taking 15 million transistors, നമ്മൾ എങ്ങനെ അത് ഡബിൾ ചെയ്യുക മീൻസ് the size of the transistor has to come down, right? അങ്ങനെയല്ലേ പറ്റൂ. ചിപ്പ് സൈസ് നമ്മൾ മാറ്റുന്നില്ല. See, if this is the chip size, we are building 15 million transistors into this chip size. After 2 years, we need to build in double the number of transistors. Then what has to come down? The size of the transistor has to come down, right? The reduction in size of the transistor, that is reduction in the dimension, that is vertical and horizontal dimension of the transistor, is actually called scaling. So here, in our case, it is MOSFET. നമ്മൾ ഇതിലേക്ക് കുറെ MOSFETs ഇങ്ങനെ പ്ലേസ് ചെയ്യാണ്. I mean, say about 15 million MOSFETs are placed now. After 2 years, we need to build in or we need to create or implant 30 million. So in that case, the size of the transistor has to come down. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് നമ്മുടെ ഈ മൊബൈൽ ഫോൺസിന്റെ സൈസ് ഒക്കെ ചെറുതായി വന്നത്. Initially, it was not the case. The chip size was not the same. Computer chip size, processor board, everything was not the same before, say, 40-50 years. The size has come down to a very small or tiny, handheld mode. നമുക്ക് കയ്യിൽ തന്നെ ഹാൻഡിൽ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്ന സൈസിലേക്ക് കാര്യങ്ങൾ മാറി. It was all due to the scaling property. That is, we can scale down the dimensions of the transistors. Transistor is the base. Since we are dealing with ones and zeros in digital communication, transistor is the key part of all the digital devices. അത് നിങ്ങൾ ഓർക്കണം. ട്രാൻസിസ്റ്ററിന്റെ മേജർ ആപ്ലിക്കേഷൻ ആണ് എന്ത്? Transistors major application. One application is obviously amplification. The other major application that had a tremendous effect in the digital evolution is the switching property of the transistor. So as much as we can, we will incorporate number of transistors, right? Number of transistors എത്ര കൂടുന്നു അത്രയും നല്ലതാണ്. So if we need to incorporate more transistors, we need to scale down the size of the transistors without changing the major properties. Property change ആവാൻ പാടില്ല. Property change ആവാതെ we need to incorporate or we need to reduce the size of transistors, and this property or this process of reducing the size or dimensions of the MOSFET, reducing the size, that is dimensions of the MOSFET, is called scaling of MOSFET or MOSFET scaling. Reduction in the dimensions of the MOSFET. Reduction in the dimensions, say length, breadth, whatever be the dimensions. All these dimensions are reduced by a factor. It's called scaling. I have mentioned by a factor. This factor is actually called scaling factor. നമ്മൾ എത്രമാത്രം reduce ചെയ്യണം എന്നുള്ളത്, it should be ideally, identically reduced from all dimensions. If I am reducing the size of this length of the chip, say this is a chip, if I am reducing this by a factor, എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ഈ chip size ഞാൻ reduce ചെയ്യുകയാണെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുക, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ MOSFETന്റെ length, dimension ഞാൻ reduce ചെയ്യുകയാണ്. Say this is a MOSFET. If I am reducing this dimension by same amount, this dimension also has to be reduced. ഈ സൈസ് ഈ MOSFETന്റെ length ഞാൻ half ആയിട്ട് reduce ചെയ്യുകയാണെങ്കിൽ this breadth also has to be reduced by same, by half. Okay, that half is actually called the scaling factor. S is called scaling factor, and this value or the value of S will be usually less than 1. That is reduction in the dimension of MOSFETs. Considering this as a MOSFET, I am reducing the dimensions. I am taking half. ഇത്രയും size എടുക്കുന്നു, പിന്നെ ഇതിന്റെയും പകുതി size എടുക്കുന്നു. Then we have reduced or we have scaled down this MOSFET. And here, if we are taking half, continue half on all dimensions, ഞാൻ half ആയിട്ടാണ് കുറയ്ക്കുന്നതെങ്കിൽ അല്ല reduce ചെയ്യുന്നതെങ്കിൽ, in that case we will tell that the scaling factor there is half. Usually the scaling factor will be less than 1, where S is called the scaling factor. S is called the scaling factor. In general, the MOSFET scaling is broadly classified into constant field scaling. MOSFET scaling is generally classified into constant field scaling and constant voltage scaling. MOSFET scaling is generally classified into two types: constant field scaling and constant voltage scaling. So what is this constant field scaling? Constant field scaling, we are reducing or we are scaling all the dimensions of the MOSFET. We are scaling down all the dimensions of the MOSFET, including the voltages. Voltages includes terminal voltages and supply voltages. I can mention it. All dimensions are scaled down. All dimensions are scaled, including voltage, that is terminal voltages and supply voltages. എല്ലാ വാല്യൂസും സ്കെയിൽ ഡൗൺ ആവും എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ നമ്മൾ ഏതൊക്കെ വാല്യൂ മോസ്ഫെറ്റിൽ കൺസിഡർ ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടല്ലോ, ഐ മീൻ നോട്ട് കോൺസ്റ്റന്റ് വാല്യൂസ്. ഇപ്പം ഡൈഇലക്ട്രിക് ഓഫ് മെറ്റീരിയൽ ഈസ് ആക്ച്വലി എ കോൺസ്റ്റന്റ് വാല്യൂ, അങ്ങനെയല്ല. ബട്ട് ഏതൊക്കെ ഡയമെൻഷൻസ് ഉണ്ടോ, ഏതൊക്കെ വോൾട്ടേജ് വാല്യൂസ് ഉണ്ടോ, അതിനെല്ലാം നമ്മൾ സ്കെയിൽ ഡൗൺ ചെയ്യും. ഇഫ് ഐ ആം ടേക്കിംഗ് എസ് സ്കെയിലിംഗ് ഫാക്ടർ, ഞാനപ്പോൾ ഇതിനകത്ത് ലെങ്ത് വിൽ ബി സ്കെയിൽ ഡൗൺ ബൈ എസ്, എൽ ബൈ എസ് ആവും. ഇഫ് ഐ എം കൺസിഡറിംഗ് വിഡ്ത്ത്, ദാറ്റ് വിൽ ബി സ്കെയിൽ ഡൗൺ ബൈ എസ്. ഇഫ് ഐ എം കൺസിഡറിംഗ് വി ജി എസ്, ദാറ്റ് വിൽ ഓൾസോ ബി സ്കെയിൽ ഡൗൺ ബൈ എസ്. ദാറ്റ് മാനർ മനസ്സിലാവും. എല്ലാ വാല്യൂസും സ്കെയിൽ ഡൗൺ ചെയ്യും. അതാണ് കോൺസ്റ്റന്റ് ഫീൽഡ് സ്കെയിലിംഗ്. ക്ലിയർ? In constant field scaling, all the dimensions of the MOSFET are scaled down along with terminal voltages and supply voltages. That is constant field scaling, and this is also called full scaling. Okay, you can write this is also called full scaling. Constant field scaling or full scaling. So what is constant voltage scaling? That itself says constant voltage scaling. We are not scaling the terminal voltage or supply voltage. That is the only difference. In constant voltage scaling, we are only scaling the dimensions. All the dimensions will be scaled down. Voltages, that is terminal voltage and supply voltage. Terminal voltage and supply voltage remains the same. Supply voltage remains the same. Okay, we are having broadly two types of scaling, MOSFET scaling. One is constant field scaling or full scaling, where all the dimensions and all the voltages are scaled down. All values are scaled down except the constant values like mu n. Mu n is actually mobility. Mobility of an electron will not change. Mobility of an electron is a constant value. Except the constant values, all the other values are scaled down in constant field scaling. Where in case of constant voltage scaling, scaling എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ എല്ലാ വാല്യൂസും നമ്മൾ ചെറുതാക്കുകയാണ്. ഞാനിപ്പോൾ ഈ മോസ്ഫെറ്റിനെ ചെറുതാക്കുക വെച്ചാൽ അതിന്റെ ലെങ്ത് ചെറുതാക്കി, വിഡ്ത്ത്, ബ്രെഡ്ത്ത് എല്ലാം ചെറുതാക്കാണ് ബൈ എ ഫാക്ടർ എസ്. അത് നമ്മൾ ഡിഫൈൻ ചെയ്യും. ഓക്കെ, സോ ബട്ട് ഇൻ കോൺസ്റ്റന്റ് വോൾട്ടേജ് സ്കെയിലിംഗ് വാട്ട് ഹാപ്പൻസ് ഈസ് വി ആർ സ്കെയിലിംഗ് ഓൺലി ദ dimensions. We are not moving into the terminal voltage or supply voltages. We are only scaling the dimensions. That is what happens in the case of constant voltage scaling. So these two things we will discuss in the next class. This concept is also very important. MOSFET scaling is yet another part of your 5th module. Please mark your attendance.